Welcome to episode 5 of Bit by Bit. In this episode, what we're going to do is a quick tour of escape mode, how to edit in the Apple IIe when you're doing basic or something like that. It's a fancy mode. It's really squirrely, so stay tuned. Here we go. We're going to get started. We're going to reboot the machine, Control F2 to get into the basic. And now we're in floating point basic. We can type a program, simple stuff, then home, 20, print hello, world. All right, list it, run it, convince ourselves that looks good. So we got a program, but we decided, we really meant to say hello moon, okay, not hello world. And so we need to make a change. So the old way, before I knew any better, was I would type 20 print, quote, hello, comma, moon. And to be perfectly honest, it's probably just as easy to do it this way, but in longer programs, it's not so easy. So let's take a look at our change. And we see hello moon. And what I really meant was hello world. Oh no. So we can use a special mode of the edit system that's a little tricky. So how does it work? Well, we hit escape. And when we do that, we can start moving the cursor around with the arrow keys. All right. Then we can move it all over the screen. We can move it way up here, all that kind of stuff. And we start doing things with it. But really, in programming, the only thing that we can really do of value is stick it on the first digit of a line number. When we do that, and we do one other thing, we'll be kind of editing this line. Right now, we've just moved the cursor around. I can keep moving it. But when I settle on what I want to change, the line number, I got to be all the way to the left, not over here on the second letter, not somewhere in the line. It's at least this is what the book says. All right. But here it is. We're on the first digit of the line we want to change, line 20. And we're in escape mode. We're going to get out of escape mode by hitting space. And it's still at that point in the line, and we can arrow left and right. And when we do arrow left or arrow right, we're either subtracting characters from the line or we're copying them back into the line. So when I move the cursor to the right, it's copying the 2 into the line. It copies a 0 into the line and the spaces and then the P and the R and so on and so forth. But if I move it left, it doesn't, everything to the right of the cursor is not really in the line if I press enter. Okay, and we can test that by going here to the end of the print statement and pressing enter. And you can see it disappeared. But if we do list, we can see, oh, it's gone. All right, so but I really wanted print hello world. So we're going to hit escape again, go up to the line number, hit space to get into the regular mode. And then we go copy characters. All those characters to the left are copied into the line. And then I can hit space and start typing again. Okay, space gets me out of the thing. I hit quote, hello, comma, world, and then hit enter, and whatever's to the left of my cursor gets copied into the line. Right? If we were to do this with just hitting escape and moving our cursor up and going up here and making a change, let's see, something like that. Okay, we hit enter. It's going to say syntax error because we didn't properly use escape mode. So to properly use escape mode, we hit escape, go up to the leftmost digit, hit space again, move the cursor, copy those characters into the buffer or whatever, and hello is good, and the comma is good. But now I want world, and so I hit space, and I world, and quote. And I don't need the rest of that line. That's like garbage. So there's a special escape command for this. Escape E will get rid of the stuff. Okay, but we don't really need to get rid of the stuff as long as our cursor is over to the left. All right, so our cursor's on the D, it doesn't get copied. If I move it to the right, it would get copied. So right now it's only copying, it only knows about the stuff to the left of my cursor, which is what I want. Print hello world. So we hit enter. No syntax error, all right? But we've learned escape E, which kind of deleted the end of the line. We could use that again, escape E. All right, there it is. Yeah, and then we can type list, and it's good. The other, another escape, while we're on the subject of these escape commands, Another one is escape at. So escape shift 2, all right, which is home, and then hit enter to get back to whatever. And let's suppose that I was listing a couple of times and then I hit escape a couple of, I go up here and I want to delete, who knows why, but let's say I want to delete from here to the end of the screen, all the stuff from to the right and down. There's escape F. In theory, escape F. Yeah, there. Just gotta hit them closer together or something like that, which is kind of useful. But let's go and let's make another edit to print hello world. I want to say hello brave world, right? Why not? And so I hit escape again, arrow up to the 2, hit space, right? Let it know what I'm editing. And then I put the arrow where I'm going to make a change, but I want to insert. And so insert's freaky and weird. It doesn't work like you think. I could type the rest of the line. I could type hello space brave world quote, hit return. That would work fine. But there's an insert method and we need to learn it. And this will kind of end the discussion about escape mode. There's not more to do in it that I know. All right, but what we can do is we can hit escape, which gets us back to where we can move the cursor up, and we move it above where we want the insertion point to be. All right, so I'm gonna go space, and then I'll take another space. And so what I'm inserting at that space, so far I got a space, but I'm gonna say brave and a space. So BRAVE space, and then I'm gonna hit escape to get back into escape mode. I'm gonna arrow back to the spot where I was. All right, and then I'm gonna hit space to get out of the mode. So we've put that brave thing right where the cursor is blinking right now. And I'm going to arrow right to copy the WROLD and the quote into the line. And then I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to list it and see what happened. And we'll do it again. But there it is, hello brave. There's a little bit, there's an extra space there. And no, I have no idea how to get rid of the extra space there. I really have no clue. I've looked at the book and tried to figure this out, but I don't really. The best way I know to do it is to either retype the line or hit escape, go up here, hit space, go over to about here, right here, and type world. Whoa, and hit enter. Okay, and you can leave the corrupt on there, and that gets rid of it. But as far as like deleting one character off the line and leave the rest alone, I don't know how to do it. If y'all do, please in the comments let me know. But that's kind of it. So let's recap, run it again, and kind of see what else, if we can kind of nail this. Because trust me, this is really weird. It's not how things work today. But remember, we got escape and at, escape shift 2, clears the screen. We enter to get our cursor back. If we're in a line like this and we want to delete to the end of the line from the cursor, escape E. All right. If we're somewhere in the screen and we want to delete everything to the bottom of the screen, from here, well, let's do this. From where I'm at to the bottom, it's escape F. So escape F. That deletes all that stuff. But this would be weird. So escape at, and then hit enter. All right, oops, and say levy. All right, so let's change it to print, just print hello instead of print hello brave world. I can retype it, but I'm not. I hit escape, I arrow up, I hit spacebar when I'm on that left digit. I arrow over to where I want to end things, and I just type. Yes. I can just type and hit enter. And it trims the rest of that line. If I want to insert like hello brave world now, I can hit escape, go up to the line 20, hit space, arrow over to where I want to do the insert, and I can go back into escape mode, escape, hit arrow up, hit space brave world, brave. And we can leave the quote because it's already got a quote. I hit escape, I go back to the place where I have the insert, and I hit, let's see, escape. We hit space, and then arrow over to the right, and that saves everything to the left. Hit enter and list, and voila, we're there. So this has been a short video. This is Bit by Bit episode 5. which is how to use escape mode in the editor. And this works in BASIC. I believe it works in Integer BASIC. I believe it works on DOS BASIC. But there's not much more to it than that. I hope this helps. Thanks.